Hello and welcome to Zealous Talks. This podcast is our quirky take on corporate culture and all things Zealous. Zealous is a software solution provider based out of Ahmedabad, Gujarat. We are a 12-year-old company with 100 plus team members on board. We have expertise in software, web, and mobile app development, along with the creative command over UI UX designing services. We also hold a no bond policy along with benefiting female employees by availing 2 days of mensurational work from home. We are passionate to code your success. Check out our website, which is linked in the description.
Hello and welcome to another episode of Zealous Talks. I'm your host Kinjal, and today we are going to talk about how to use artificial intelligence and big data in your supply chain. As a guest, today we have Adam. Supply chain expert with experience gained in organizations like Evan, Baxter, Healthcare, and Amazon. Most recently, he created European Business Unit for Optonia, a startup for MEA. Throughout his professional life, he creates modern data-driven supply chains, implementing various operational systems and processes. So we look forward to amazing insights from Adam. Let's welcome him to the show. Welcome, Adam.
Hello, Kinjal. Thank you for having me today. Indeed, the topic is very interesting, so I'm more than happy to share my know-how with you.
So, would you like to add something about your experience before we get into the insights first?
Well, what else I can add? Basically, I'm a supply chain guy.
Okay.
I have worked with every supply chain planning function available in enterprises that distribute physical goods. I have over 15 years of experience gained in organizations you already mentioned. And I think that in every organization I was in, I contributed to creation of data-driven supply chain and implementing operational systems. Some were already using artificial intelligence and advanced algorithms over 10 years ago. Without that, we would not be able to cope with the scale of the business in the supply chains that I have supported.
Okay. So you work with organizations selling thousands or even millions of SKUs and multiple warehouses and sales channels. So this is what we call big data, isn't it?
Yes, indeed. At Heba, we had over 20,000 SKUs and 250 stores, which gives you like 5 million combinations, product location to forecast and replenish every day. At Amazon, together with my team, I needed to cope with over 20 million SKUs spread over 60 warehouses in Europe. You cannot work on such large data sets without proper systems. However, this is not what I mean, or not everything what I mean when I say that I have worked with big data in supply chains. Actually, you start to work with big data when you take into consideration information which is not stored inside the ERP or inside your warehouse management system. Information which changes frequently, sometimes even within a day. Actually, the data scientists say that big data is characterized by 3 V's. One is volume, which we talked already, because those are those million of SKUs or million of combination SKU location. But the same importance in terms of the big data is in its variety and velocity, and actually volume, variety, and velocity. This is the definition of the big data.
Okay. So variety and volume. So that's what defines big data in 2 words. Okay.
Yes.
So how can companies leverage information in such rich data sets? This is why AI has become so relevant today, isn't it?
Well, yes and no at the same time.
Okay.
Actually, when we create a supply chain planning model, or when we design our supply chain network, there is always a trade-off between the cost that is required to make it work, accuracy and efficiency of the solution that we design, we program, and actually being able to use it in the real time. In large scale retail or e-commerce businesses, We simply need to make millions of such decisions every day. It was always like that. It was just handled manually by an army of people, very often intuitively. What changed over the last couple of years, or the last 15 years, is that we have a technology to automate this decision-making process. We can think now about managing the flows in our supply chain in a similar manner to the way electricity is managed. Storing electricity is expensive and difficult. Power companies use many inputs to balance their power grid. With big data and AI, retailers have the same opportunity to use programming, artificial intelligence, basically automatic methods where we can plug our inputs and see which ones are relevant. That's why it's becoming more and more popular, because with the data that has been available, we have right now also the available technology to use it.
Okay. So the thing is, everyone is talking about AI, and right now we are talking about AI and big data too. But the list of publicly available implementation stories is still limited. Everybody keeps their secrets. So can you share with us how to select AI solutions?
Well, first of all, I think there is something wrong about the dialogue about the thing that we talk about artificial intelligence solutions in the supply chain. Many people talk about AI as if it was an end-to-end technology. But have you ever seen why the artificial intelligence implementation? Basically, I have not. On the other hand, I have seen how specific logistics operations can be improved. I can give you right away 3 examples outside of the forecasting and inventory planning that I mentioned already, comparing it to the power grid. The first example is image recognition to ensure drivers and cargo safety. There are solutions like Sterncraft, which is offering right now a very comprehensive solution for that. But as I said, this is not an end-to-end artificial intelligence usage in the supply chain. This is specifically for the cargo and driver safety.
Okay.
The second example is predictive maintenance to limit warehouse downtimes. You can look of, for example, AATS. This is a company that implements such solutions in the warehouses. The third one would be machine learning to assess real-time expected delivery times, and there are already several companies that have implemented artificial intelligence in this area. Shipio and Project 44, I think, are the 2 that are most well known. But if you haven't seen them, really do, because it's worth checking how much more accurate your estimated time of arrival can be when you use them.
Right.
So basically, those are real implementations, and we should talk about them instead of thinking about how we can select an eye for our supply chain, because it's too general. We don't have artificial intelligence in the supply chains the same way as Skynet in the Terminator movies. We have specific tools for specific problems.
Right. So you have mentioned 3 implementations of AI in supply chain, that is image recognition, predictive maintenance, and machine learning. So when
Yes.
we are talking about implementation process, what are the pitfalls? How medium-sized companies can use the power of AI within their supply chain, or is it only for the leading players?
I think it's no longer just for the leading players.
Uh-huh.
Basically, more and more small to medium-sized companies, I mean, several dozen million euros, or not more than a few hundred million euros, companies are already using AI. But coming back to the specific examples already given, I think those who were successful in selecting and implementing artificial intelligence for their processes, they actually avoided several pitfalls. And first one is avoiding implementation of AI just for the sake of having eye patch on your technology landscape.
Okay.
Seriously, if you consider any vendor just because they are using artificial intelligence or they claim that they are using artificial intelligence, then stop it. As supply chain leaders, we need to be pragmatic. We need to solve concrete business problems. We need to assess every project or change based on their expected return on investment and payback period. In case of AI solutions, if it's the best value for money, okay, then select it. But otherwise, don't. It's not, like selecting AI for AI only. It's again solving specific problems. And if AI is the answer, okay. If not, we need to stick to much simpler methods. Okay, but I think the second pitfall to avoid when we are sourcing any large-scale software vendor or a vendor offering artificial intelligence solutions for our supply chain is actually looking for a domain-specific solution, not selecting somebody just because they are a large, proven company in general. Don't get me wrong. As the saying goes, nobody got fired for choosing IBM. However, nobody solved their problems by selecting a vendor whose solution will require multi-year implementation either. Those solutions comes with a price tag that very often refrain medium businesses from using them. But nowadays, we are working in a global economy.
Right.
We source our products globally. Many companies import products from China, from India, and they are selling them on the markets in Europe or in North America, South America, wherever they are. And I think that we should research software solutions globally as well. I think this is the approach that drives your business at Zealous Systems as well, right?
Right. So one thing I'll take away is that please continue.
Okay, not a problem. Basically, I'm convinced those clients of yours, this business of yours is going because companies whose leadership is open to international cooperation regarding software tends as well to develop faster on the business layer as well. I think that there are basically two things only when we need to think before selecting any kind of software for the supply chain. So to answer your previous question, how we should answer the selection problem for the artificial intelligence solutions. First of all, I think we should just check the company background. Today we can use community knowledge sources like TechCrunch or Supplify, for example. TechCrunch is a more general technology information source for startups, and Supplify is much more focused supply chain software database, which is available on the Alcod Global webpage. I think we can link maybe the solutions later on. But secondly, after you check the company background, I think the best way is to just ask about the proof of concept. Start small, learn to grow with a potential vendor. Then, when you are really sure what can be achieved, move with the main project and learn to run. So whenever you are selecting a software solution, and specifically when you are selecting a artificially intelligence backed solution, which is probably more complex than what your internal team can develop, and more complex than what you can internally develop, you need to start small, get approved, and then scale up. Don't jump in, because that's probably also one of the ways to fall.
Right. So these were the two examples of pitfalls we were talking about.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so basically we learned that I'll take this one from you, that not using AI just for the sake of it, but to see if it is really providing you the value, or just stick to the whole process, right?
In the most simple way, yes. Because,
Yeah.
as I said, I believe that in those complex environments where we are working right now, artificial intelligence is really bringing value, especially if you are already working with big data. But
Right.
anyway, this is not a choice for the choice itself. We are running a business here, or we are supporting a business. So choose something which brings you value. Choose something that you can test, and start small, and then move forward. I think that's the simplest advice that can summary the complexity behind choosing such vendors. But in the end, this becomes, as a result, available for virtually any size of the business. Yeah.
Right. So this were some great insights by Adam. Today we learned not just about how AI is helping, just the same things that we are reading right now, but mostly how we can implement it practically in supply chain. So Adam said that start small, give proof, and then scale up. That is advice for all the medium scale businesses. And we look forward to more such insights on this podcast at Zealous. Thank you, Adam, for joining us in today's show.
Thank you, Kinjal, for having me here.
Yeah.
I'm open for the discussion about the supply chains virtually every time when I'm asked. So if somebody after listening to our discussion would like to make a follow-up, I think that the best way to contact me is to see my profile on the LinkedIn, or visit my own blog, logisticsimply.com. I'm looking forward for hearing from you too in the future. Thank you.
Looking forward to hearing to you in the future in another podcast on supply chain. Thank you, Adam.
Thank you.
Thank you.